Love is one of the biggest projections and one of the biggest upside down issues that we have in our life. I'm Jason from the Wellness Breakthrough Academy. I just want to talk about this for a little bit. I see a lot of people turning themselves upside down, breaking their boundaries, and not doing what they really want to do, all in the name of love. So, a lot of people have very little love in their internal love bucket. So, they look for love from the outside world. They look for it from a partner, for work, for things, all those sorts of things. Love is where it comes from. And what I've found with working with lots of people is that once you get that thing or you find that partner, it's not enough. And the reason why it's not enough is because there's not enough internal house built around love. So it's a projection baseline. And so we all search for it outside of ourselves until we start filling our internal bucket. And once we start filling our internal bucket, the world that we see around us becomes very, very different. The more internal love that you have, the more capacity that you have for less judgment and less blame and less projection in the world. What you end up doing, the more love you have on the inside, you understand the reason why people are making choices the way that they make them, rather than actually judging them and criticizing them for it. So internal love bucket gives you this very, very important thing. It's one of the three pillars that gives you one major thing, which is called connection. So love is the moment something happens and something turns into a disaster, we know we're dropping our love bucket. We're looking for something outside of us to fulfill it. So what we've got to learn to be able to do is start building an inner resource. And as we start building an inner resource of love, we start making our own decisions. We start becoming far more aware of what's happening in the world rather than judging the world for what it is. And we hold this amazing thing once we are able to do that. We hold compassion, we hold understanding, and we hold a great reverence for the way life is. And we know that a person who's holding more love in their internal bucket, they will be able to help more people because they know and understand the position in which people are coming from. So a person who has a really big internal love bucket is able to step into someone else's shoes and actually see from the lenses of their eyes the way that they're living, the way that they're understanding, and the way that they're acting in life. And once you're able to do that, as a person with a full love bucket, you're a fuller love bucket, you're going to be able to help people to a much higher degree than a person who's missing a lot, who's desperately looking for validation and value and all of these things from the outside world. So the goal is to build that internal love bucket. How? Well, this is what we really focus on in our academy work. We get to show you, well, what is it that you're actually looking from the outside world to build an internal reference point to, and help you build that internal balance. So then when you're out in the world, you're not actually vying for the world to supply your very need to be loved. And this is really, really important, and a really strong value that we help people with, to get people to balance their internal love bucket. So then you can actually have right relationship, doing your purpose, getting your things but not being attached to them. You can love your stuff but not actually need it to actually make yourself feel like you're a better person than you were before you had it. All right, so I'd love you to have a think about this. Love you to have a think about this and see what's going on your inside, just listening to what I've got to say. Now, if you'd like some help, we've got some webinars that we're running in our academy. They're free, so if you'd like to jump on any of those things to find out, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and why we're doing it, come and jump on them so we can give you a hand with what's going on in your life, and maybe you might be a fit for what we do. Have an awesome day, guys.